Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary folks, and everyone on the gender spectrum to the 17th episode of Hang the DJ. And we are kicking off the night hot as the HCPW World Tag Team Champions make their way to the ring to defend the very gold that they have around their waist. That is right, Azrael Hendrix Outlaw Ace kick off the night defending the HCPW World Tag Team Championships, and these two men have the weight of the world on their shoulders. If they win here tonight, they will surpass 200 days as the tag team champions of HCPW. But if they lose tonight, their reign ends at 199 days. These two men won those titles all the way back on September 20th, 2025, when they defeated the team of DIY in the finals of the HCPW Tag Team Championship Tournament at Cocaine Makes You So Fucking Boring. And they have been virtually unstoppable since then. Azrael Hendrix Outlaw Ace, they bested the likes of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, bested the likes of the Treehouse of Buddy Murphy and Matt Sydal. But tonight is a completely new ball game for them. Their opponents are a complete mystery, said last week by the new enforcer of HCPW, Dave Batista. These two men will be taking on a couple of new signees to Honor Championship Pro Wrestling, and I don't know who their opponents are. It's clear Dishonor don't know who their opponents are. The only people in the building who know who their opponents are Daydreamer and Dave Batista. Those are the only two people in this building in Philly who know who Dishonor are going to face, and this crowd here in Philly would want nothing more than the tandem of Dishonor to come up short here tonight. But there we see Azrael Hendrix Outlaw Ace in the ring and their opponents for the evening. Oh shit! Oh shit! All the way from the 419, Desmond Xavier, Zachary Wentz. The Rascals are an HCPW, and the Rascals have just blown the roof off this place is what I was going to say. But just the cheers of the crowd are making me lose my goddamn train of thought. The Rascals are an Honor Championship Pro Wrestling. Outlaw Ace and Azrael Hendrix look distraught on the outside of the ring. The Rascals are world-traveled professional wrestlers, a world-class tag team here in Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz. They've won tag team gold in WWE's NXT, won tag team gold in TNA, and now they look to win tag team gold in HCPW. What an acquisition by Dave Batista and Daydreamer, getting the Rascals in Honor Championship Pro Wrestling. This Philly crowd is on their feet. And there you see it. They are on the line. The HCPW World Tag Team Championships officially on the line. Dishonor can't get out of this one. Dishonor, they're trying to stay cool, calm, and collected, but we know the game plan of Dishonor. They want to have game plans on game plans on game plans. But how can you prepare for the unknown? And then how can you prepare for the Rascals afterwards? I just don't know if Dishonor are going to have an easy night like they thought they would all week heading into this. There you see the Rascals, Desmond Xavier, Zachary Wentz. There you see Outlaw Ace, Azrael Hendrix of Dishonor, the tag team champions of the world. And here we go. The bell started. We're underway, and Outlaw Ace turning to Azrael Hendrix. They're trying to discuss a game plan here, it seems. Outlaw Ace, Azrael Hendrix there. And you got to feel for him, really. Their style of wrestling harbors on a game plan, and they're trying to figure it out in the middle of the ring here. Ace walking towards Desmond Xavier and gets caught with a rolling capo kick. Xavier caught him flush on the back of the head with that kick, and Xavier sends Ace into the corner. Desmond turns his attention to Hendrix and sends the Punk Rock Diva off the apron. Now wait, a tag to Zachary Wentz. Tag to Zachary Wentz. Xavier, wait a minute, there's the hot, there's the fire, and I think we're about to see the flame, and it connects. Hot fire and flame connects by the Rascals. Cover, hooking the leg one, hooking the leg two, hooking, holy shit! The Rascals are the HCPW Tag Team Champions. The Rascals, what the hell just happened? The Rascals just came into this arena in Philly from the 419 and just took the HCPW Tag Team titles out of the hands of Dishonor. I'm in shock. This arena in Philly's come unglued. Dishonor have been dethroned. The Rascals have just taken the tag team titles in their debut. And after that insane start to the show, I want to welcome you all officially to Hang the DJ episode 17 live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and tonight's main event of the evening. We'll see the hometown girl Elle Danger get a shot at the Women's World Championship, currently held by the Pirate Princess Kairi Sane. But after what we just saw in our very first matchup of the night, that could change rather quickly. But before we get there, we will see another member of Dishonor compete up next as Zeta Steel makes her singles matchup debut here in HCPW against the King, Dakota Kai. I am still in complete and utter shock at what took place during the opening contest of the evening, but folks, it is time to move on because the King has arrived. Dakota Kai makes her way to the ring for her matchup tonight against Zeta Steel, and Dakota Kai is looking to use a victory in this matchup tonight to get back on track. Dakota Kai, she's not had the greatest track record as of late here in HCPW. Just last week, losing a fatal four-way matchup to determine the #1 contender for the Women's World Championship. Dakota Kai came up short in that matchup to the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. But tonight is a new night for the King, and if the opening contest is any indication of how Dishonor's night is going to go, Dakota Kai could have this in the bag. Dakota Kai, a victory in this matchup tonight gets her back on track, gets her one step closer to the Women's World Championship. That's all Dakota Kai is thinking about these days. But Dakota Kai, she's got a huge challenge ahead of her. Zeta Steel is not alone here tonight. You hear the theme song of Dominic Mysterio, and you know that Dominic is not too far behind wherever Zeta goes. Zeta Steel, this is her first singles matchup in HCPW. She has had one other matchup, that of course being a mixed tag team matchup where she teamed with Dominic Mysterio to take on the dangers of Ellie and Wyatt. Cocaine makes you so fucking boring, and a winning effort for the pair. That is correct. Zeta Steel is one of the very few athletes in HCPW that is entirely undefeated. Zeta Steel, her one matchup she won, and tonight she looks to keep that winning streak alive heading into the singles matchup against Dakota Kai. But as I've stated, if the opening contest of the evening is any indication for how Dishonor's night is going to go, I would pray for Zeta Steel. That matchup that we just saw, that tag team championship matchup, was less than a minute and a half for the tandem of Azrael Hendricks and Outlaw Ace, and you gotta think that that's weighing on the minds here of Zeta Steel and Dominic Mysterio. But if we harbor our minds back to the very early days of HCPW Hang the DJ, Dominic Mysterio does have a victory over Dakota Kai. Actually, no, that is a false. My apologies there. I read my notes wrong. Dakota Kai has a victory over Dominic Mysterio. So Dakota Kai heading into this matchup with two sets of advantages. She has already defeated the manager of Zeta Steel, and she has the advantage going into it. If we look at the opening contest of the evening, Azrael Hendricks Outlaw Ace lost in less than a minute and a half, but here we go. Dakota Kai, Zeta Steel right out the gate, and Zeta Steel with a big boot to Dakota Kai, and now a stomp to the head, and Zeta Steel looking to immediately go at the gate swinging. That was a mistake from Outlaw Ace and Azrael Hendricks earlier in the night. They tried to talk a game plan in the middle of the matchup. Not even the middle of the matchup, the very beginning of the matchup, got caught cold and lost their tag team titles, but it looks like Zeta Steel is getting outworked by Dakota Kai. No, never mind. Commentators curse Zeta, kicking Dakota off, chop to the chest, boot to the midsection. Oh, went for a headbutt. Dakota able to get the knee up. My apologies there. Flubbing my words for a second there, but Zeta Steel with a clothesline into the corner, and Zeta Steel blowing a kiss now to Dominic on the outside. Went for a chop, but Dakota's able to block, and now Dakota Kai sends Zeta into the corner. Now Dakota, wait a minute, what is this? Oh, just shoots her back into the corner, and a clothesline from Dakota. Snapmare, and wait a minute, rolling neck whip from Dakota Kai out the corner. Oh, Zeta went to trip up Dakota, but wait a minute. Dakota Kai slamming the knee of Zeta into the mat. Now kicks to the chest. 3 of them send Zeta down to the mat, stomping Zeta over. Grabbing the arm of Zeta and just a stomp to the arm from Dakota Kai. Now Dakota stomping the other arm out. And wait a minute, what is Dakota thinking here? Grabbing Zeta by the hair, and Kawada kicks before face, just slamming her face into the mat. I was going to say face slamming Zeta into the mat, but that's just not how you're supposed to say that. No, Dominic Mysterio grabbing the leg of Dakota Kai, trying to distract Dakota, but Dakota right back on the attack of Zeta Steel. Off the ropes, Dakota with a Shining Wizard. That enziguri to the back of the head, cover now from Dakota Kai, hooking the leg 1, hooking the leg, no, only a count of 1. Dakota Kai looking to get back in this. We're not looking to get back in this, looking to keep control. Zeta Steel, I meant to say, trying to get back in this thing, but no. Dakota roll up, rolls through, and now just a kick to the chest of Zeta Steel, and now Dakota to the top. Dominic Mysterio trying to make sure he doesn't get Zeta Steel disqualified, but Dominic, you know, he wants to jump in there and help Zeta. Diving cross body there from Dakota Kai, and Dakota Kai's on a roll. Dakota Kai, oh, could have been looking for shots in the midsection to set up a chiropractor, maybe the go-to kick, but Zeta Steel was able to block it. Now Zeta Steel, wait a minute, wheelbarrow into the face buster for Zeta Steel. And Zeta could have it here. Shocking upset if Zeta Steel is able to get the win here. Cover on Dakota. Hooking the leg. Hooking the leg 1. Hooking the leg. No, only a count of 1. Zeta Steel a bit perplexed at how they didn't do any more than a count of 1. But Zeta right back on the attack. Zeta Steel heavy shot to the back of the head of Dakota Kai. Now Zeta Steel to the apron. But Zeta back in the ring. Dakota getting herself up in the corner. Zeta Steel, wait a minute. Grabbing Dakota Kai from the back and just slamming her shoulder first into the ring post. And now Zeta Steel, wait a minute, just tossing Dakota Kai out the corner. My God. Zeta Steel now blowing another kiss to Dominic Mysterio. Shot to the face. Could have been looking for the unprettier. But Dakota Kai had it scouted. And Zeta Steel right back on the attack. Zeta Steel, oh my God, what a kitchen sink from Zeta Steel. Knee to the midsection. Now Dakota gets hit with a kick to the back. And now Zeta, wait a minute. Zeta to the top. Dakota's down in the center of the ring. Zeta calling Dakota up to her feet. Dakota Kai's up. Zeta off the top. Diving cross body from Zeta Steel into the cover. Hooking the leg. Count him 1. Count him 2. Count him no. Only a count of 2. Zeta can't believe it. Dakota Kai grabbing at her midsection after that crossbody. Now wait, Zeta talking some trash. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Modified code breaker there from Zeta, but a roll up from Dakota. Cover 1. Only a count of 1. Dakota Kai. And oh, wait a minute. Dominic Mysterio shouting at Dakota Kai on the outside of the ring. And oh, perfect timing there from Zeta Steel. God, that was chest first. And my apologies, into that exposed turnbuckle that Dominic Mysterio must have ripped the padding off while he was off the cameras. And wait a minute, Zeta, the unprettier to Dakota Kai, and Zeta Steel may have this in the back. Count him 1, count him 2, count him no. Dakota Kai's able to power out. Wait a minute, the official trying to fix that turnbuckle padding. Go to kick to Zeta Steel, but the official's distracted. 1, 2, 3. No, Dakota Kai, I believe, had a 3 count. I may have started my count a bit too slowly. Dakota would have had a 3 count if the official had counted that fall, but Zeta was able to kick out during my 3 count anyway. But Dakota could have had a 3 count if the official had counted a bit earlier than I did. I was too busy trying to commentate instead of counting the official into the cover off that missile drop kick. 1, 2, but only accounted 2. Dakota's able to, well, not Dakota, Zeta's able to kick out. Dakota looking in shock. I was looking at Dakota Kai while I was trying to commentate on Zeta Steel. That is my apologies there. Wait a minute, Zeta, oh, off the ropes with Dakota, and a beautiful arm trapped neck breaker. Shades of CM Punk kicking Zeta off, though, does Dakota Kai. Wait a minute, the official already fixing that turnbuckle padding that Dominic Mysterio, I believe, just took off over there on the other side of the ring. Oh my God, stunner off the top rope there, excuse me. Stunner off the top rope. Zeta just hit the outside of the floor hard. Zeta could have been looking for that wheelbarrow face buster again, but oh, that wheelbarrow bulldog but gets caught with a ripcord elbow, excuse me, into the ring now with Zeta Steel. Goes Dakota Kai. Dakota rolling Zeta over, hooking the leg. Count him 1, count him 2, count him no, only a 2 count. The official on top of his game right now. Zeta, wait a minute, Zeta Steel, wheelbarrow bulldog from Zeta Steel into the cover, hooking the leg on Dakota. 1, 2, no, only a count of 2. Zeta Steel looking in shock, but Dominic, I think, is telling her to hit the unprettier on the outside. I think Dominic was telling her to go for the kill shot again, and that's what Zeta's gonna do. Has her arms hooked on prettier from Zeta Steel. Immediately into the cover on Dakota Kai. 1, 2, and Zeta Steel picks up the victory, changing the fortunes of Dishonor here tonight on Hang the DJ episode 17. Zeta Steel gets the win in this matchup against Dakota Kai. What a victory for Zeta Steel. Zeta Steel remains undefeated in HCPW. Zeta and Dominic, of course, celebrating their victory here tonight. Zeta Steel, as I said, remains undefeated in HCPW, now undefeated in both singles and tag team action. Zeta and Dominic, I think the celebrations are going to be wild tonight.
There you are.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Some big words from Nick Wayne and a huge challenge to Abyss from Aleister Black. But folks, it is time to find out who will take on Roman Reigns for the Heritage Championship, a triple threat matchup to determine the next #1 contender for the Heritage Championship was made official by Daydreamer. And out first is Dubs Frost. Dubs of Frost. The last time we saw him on HCPW was at She'll Be Fine on her own, where he would best Aaron Can't Mosh in a singles matchup, and Dubs Frost earning his way into this Heritage Championship #1 contenders matchup through that victory. Dubs Frost tonight looking to get a shot at the Heritage title, to get a shot at the God of Thunder. But Dubs Frost has to go through two incredible professional wrestlers to get to that point. He's got to go through the chosen one, Drew McIntyre, and he's got to go through Swerve Strickland to get there. But Dubs Frost, he's overly confident, some would say. Dubs Frost is probably the most confident man in this matchup here tonight, the most confident in his own ability to win. But oh my God, Drew McIntyre, this man right here might be one of the greatest stories in professional wrestling. Showed up in WWE as the chosen one, floundered for a long time, left WWE, reinvented himself on the independent circuit, and came back to win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. This man, Drew McIntyre, if anyone is capable of winning a triple threat match, then going on to defeat the God of Thunder for the Heritage Championship, it is this man right here, Drew McIntyre. This man won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. He beat Randy Orton for the WWE Championship another time during the pandemic. Drew McIntyre is a former World Heavyweight Champion. Granted, he only held that title for 5 minutes, but Drew McIntyre is still a recognized WWE World Champion. Defeated Cody Rhodes in a 3 stages of hell match for the WWE Undisputed Championship, and Drew McIntyre is here in HCPW to win the Heritage Championship, to do what he couldn't do in WWE, and that is defeat Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre, he is ready. He is on point, but his opponent tonight wants to do the same thing as him. The next person in this matchup has been chasing Roman Reigns since he debuted at HCPW. Swerve Strickland is here in the building here tonight in Philadelphia, here in Pennsylvania. Swerve Strickland has the chance to become #1 contender once again. Swerve Strickland was screwed out of his one shot at the Heritage Championship, and She'll Be Fine on her own, screwed by Solo Sikoa, who made his HCPW debut on that night. But Swerve tonight looks to get another shot at Roman Reigns, looks to finally put the nail in the coffin of the reign of the God of Thunder, but he's got to go through Dubs Frost, and he's got to go through Drew McIntyre to do it. Swerve Strickland, though, if he might be the heavy favorite to win this matchup, I'm not gonna muddy my words there. Swerve Strickland is the heavy favorite to win this matchup, the heavy favorite to get another shot at the God of Thunder and to take that championship from Roman Reigns. But he's got to go through Dubs, and he's got to go through Drew McIntyre to get it. There is Dubs Frost, there is Drew McIntyre, and there is Swerve Strickland. Triple threat action. Here we go. The bell is sounded. We are underway, and Swerve immediately with a pump kick to Drew McIntyre. And oh, locking up with Dubs. Jumping DDT to Dubs from Swerve. But Drew immediately coming back. Heavy hands and a chop to Swerve. And now wait a minute. Huge neck breaker from Drew McIntyre. Dubs firing back at Drew with a huge right. Dubs sends Drew into the corner. Dubs now with a judo toss to Swerve, and wait a minute, dropping that big leg springboard style, but Drew with a chop to the chest of Dubs, going right back on the attack. Drew McIntyre, wait a minute, has Dubs up, military press style, and just slams him, I think, onto the knee of Swerve Strickland. Double damage there. Now heavy shots to Swerve into something midsection. Dubs is back up. Dubs is looking to run up and hit Drew in the back of the head with something, but Drew was able to see it coming. Now a clubbing blow to the chest of Dubs Frost. Wait a minute, Swerve, Blue Thunder Bomb, no, a backbreaker, and Dubs with a beautiful drop kick to Swerve, and now heavy hands to Swerve, much like Drew McIntyre did, ending with a stomp to the midsection. Dubs Frost now another kick to the chest, went to stomp him over, but no, Drew McIntyre's got a trash can in there, hits both men with the trash can. before getting back in. And wait a minute. Oh, I thought Swerve was going to throw Dubs into the trash can, but decided to go against it with a pop-up style drop kick. Belly to belly from Swerve. Well, to Swerve from Drew, excuse me. Now, wait a minute, Dubs. Oh my gosh, Dubs with that back suplex, sort of power bomb. Shades of John Cena there from Dubs Frost to Drew McIntyre. Now heavy hands to Drew and a stomp to the midsection. Wait a minute. Swerve. Wait a minute. Suplex onto the trash can. No, Dubs able to fight out. Drew went for a lariat. Dubs was able to fight out that suplex, as I was saying. Drew went for a lariat on both men, but missed. Wait a minute. Drew powerbomb onto the trash can maybe, but Dubs fighting free. Swerve taunting with that sledgehammer. Dubs said, sit your dumbass down. Oh no! Just got judo tossed onto the sledgehammer. Dubs having to escape out the ring. Drew McIntyre and Swerve fighting precariously close to that trash can. Suplex almost into the trash can. Oh wait, cover by Drew off that suplex. That could do it. Cover one. But no, kick out at one. Dubs was right there to break up the cover if it even got close to a 2 count. Dubs tossing Drew over the top. Drew onto the apron. Swerve shot to the midsection of Dubs. Swerve, wait a minute. What is Swerve thinking here? Moving that trash can into the corner. Shot to the face. Oh, wait a minute. Drew McIntyre. Sidewalk slam. Collapsing that trash can. Caving in that trash can with a sidewalk slam. And now Dubs, wait a minute. Dubs has Drew up. Oh my God. Powerbomb onto the top turnbuckle. Jesus Christ. Drew's back up, but Drew's holding his midsection. I think anyone would hold their midsection after that. Wait a minute. Swerve fighting back. Elbows to the midsection of Dubs. Wait a minute. Swerve went for that pump kick to the back of the head, but Dubs elbow to the face. Knee strikes. And wait a minute. Went for something, but Swerve able to reverse with a lariat. And now Swerve going after Drew. Combination into a power slam there. Getting that kendo stick out of the hands of the Scottish psychopath. The Scottish warrior went for a drop kick. No. Drew McIntyre is able to reverse. Excuse me. I'm losing the wind here. I'm losing the air in my voice. Another spin out powerbomb there from Dubs onto the kendo stick that time. And oh, there's a huge kendo stick shot to the head of Swerve Strickland. Cover here by Dubs. Count him 1, count him 2, count him. No, only a count of 2. Dubs getting a count of 2 there very early on Swerve Strickland. Not something you see a lot of. Drew went for a lariat, but I think Drew may have hit the steps. And now both Swerve and Dubs taunting Dubs with that taunt. Wait a minute. Suicide dive there. Swerve Strickland taking out both Dubs and Drew McIntyre. Both men back up to their feet. Dubs took too much time trying to aura farm on the outside. Dubs tossing Swerve away. Into the ring now. Went for a super kick, but Drew's able to get Dubs up. Drew's got Dubs up in a Oklahoma slam power slam type position. But no, chop to the knees there of Drew. Now wait a minute. Dubs running up. Elbow drop to the back of the head. Dubs may have hurt his elbow off that in the ring with Swerve. Wait a minute. Into the ropes with Swerve for Dubs, but having to fight Drew back immediately. Roundhouse kick to Drew McIntyre from Dubs. Swerve still against the ropes. Swerve off the ropes now, out of the ring. Dubs, wait a minute. With Drew in the corner? Yes. And Dubs, wait a minute. Could be looking for that 054 shot with the sledgehammer to the face there of Drew McIntyre. Dubs calling Drew up. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Diving crossbody. Double jump crossbody. Was able to hit Swerve instead of Drew. Changed his trajectory midair to hit Swerve. And now just ringing out the arm of Swerve Strickland is Dubs Frost. Drew McIntyre with a shot with that chair to Swerve. Oh, wait. Dubs get to the midsection. Shining Wizard from Dubs Frost. Shining Wizard from Dubs. Hooking the leg. Count him 1. Count him 2. Count him. No. Dubs almost got the win there. Swerve's arm may be in a world of hurt there. Wait a minute. The Dubsaster DDT from Dubs. Dubsaster DDT. VAD on the chair. VAD on the chair. Cover on Drew. Hooking the leg 1. Hooking the leg 2. Hooking the leg. No. Dubs Frost nearly got the win there with the VAD on the chair. And a sledgehammer to the face of Swerve. And now a cover on Swerve. Drew in the corner. Count him 1. Count him 2. Count him no. Dubs of Frost nearly had that matchup won. Had the match in the back. Suicide dive to Drew McIntyre, trying to take Drew out of the equation. Back in the ring, up to the top rope. Maven looking to dive on Drew, but Swerve taunting in the corner. Face first off the top turnbuckle. Go Swerve. And now wait a minute, Dubs has Swerve hooked. Suplex incoming. Suplex incoming. No. Swerve out the back. Swerve with a chop block. Taking out the knees. Drew McIntyre back in the ring. Dubs shot to the mid. So Drew McIntyre with a boot to the goddamn sternum, it seemed, of Dubs Frost. House call from Swerve. House call from Swerve. Dubs could be looking for a VAD, but no, not able to get it. As Swerve went into the cover, had to break up that pinfall. Elbow to the face of Dubs Frost. Oh, wait a minute. Could have been looking for the JML driver. Could have been looking for the JML driver, but Dubs was able to reverse. Dubs throwing Swerve over the top rope. Dubs Frost super kick, but Drew's able to just tank it, and Drew, wait a minute, roll up from Drew McIntyre. Small package, count him. No, not even a 1 count. This late into the match, I'm not even getting a 1 count off of a surprise small package is a bit shocking to me. Even if it's just a roll up. Wait a minute, Drew over the top, went for a tope on Elo, but missed entirely. And Drew McIntyre on the outside, feeling the effects of what he just did in Swerve. Wait a minute, another house call type kick there to Dubs of Frost, and wait a minute, that could do it. That could do it. That house call there from Swerve. Count him 1, but no, only a 1 count off the house call. Swerve can't believe it. Oh, just a stomp to the face of Dubs as he went for another VAD type maneuver. Drew McIntyre, wait a minute, Dubs, the Dubception connects, covered by Dubs, but no, Swerve able to break up the cover immediately. That Dubception from Dubs, and wait a minute, that spin out backbreaker out the back suplex from Swerve. And Swerve, wait a minute, against the ropes now. Swerve is fired up. Swerve call. Oh, wait a minute, what the hell? Oh, no, that's Roman Reigns, the God of Thunder's hair. The God of Thunder, the Heritage Champion, just drags Swerve out the ring and just slams him into the barricade. My God, Roman's walking away. Drew was looking at the outside. Super VAD from Dubs. Super VAD just spiked Drew. Cover 1, cover 2, cover 3. Dubs Frost is the #1 contender to the Heritage Championship. Dubs Frost took advantage of the distraction of Roman Reigns, and Dubs Frost has earned himself a shot at the Heritage Championship. Dubs Frost may have just stolen a shot at Roman Reigns, but congratulations to Dubs. Tensions are rising amongst the group of Dishonor, and CM Punk has answered Nick Wayne's challenge for a matchup next week. But folks, it is time we get set for the semi-main event of the evening. And making her way to the ring is none other than La Primera, Stephanie Vaquera. She is set to go one-on-one with the #1 contender to the Women's World Championship, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. The last time we saw Stephanie Vaquera make her walk to the ring was for Hang the DJ episode 15 for the New Year's Ball Battle Royal, where she would come up short, losing in that matchup to none other than CM Punk, who last week got his shot from winning the New Year's Ball as he went one-on-one with the ring general Walter in a losing effort. Tonight, though, La Primera is looking to get back in the win column, looking to get back on track here tonight. Much like a lot of people heading into the new year here in HCPW, they're all looking to get a win. They're all looking to get momentum headed towards the men's and the women's world championship. But Stephanie Vaquera's opponent tonight is a woman who already has a date set for whoever walks out of Philly tonight with the Women's World Championship, whether it be Elle Danger or whether it be current champion Kairi Sane. They gotta set their sights towards this woman for their future, none other than the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Asuka last week won a fatal 4-way matchup to have a date with Destiny, a shot at the Women's World Championship for HCPW's next pay-per-view event. And Asuka looking to keep up the winning ways here tonight as she goes one-on-one, of course, with Stephanie Vaquera, who just exited the ring, giving Asuka a chance to make her entrance here tonight. Asuka, you gotta really think about the Women's World Championship matchup. If Kairi Sane is to retain here tonight against Elle Danger, that puts Kabuki Warrior members up against each other, as Asuka and Kairi Sane will have to go one-on-one for that Women's World Championship. And you got to imagine how much that could fracture the tag team of the Kabuki Warriors if they go one-on-one, depending either way on how that matchup would go for the Women's World Championship. But as Dakota Kai said last week, there are no friends when the Women's World Championship is at stake. Asuka and Kairi Sane both know that very well. But tonight, Asuka is not going one-on-one with Kairi Sane. Tonight, Asuka is in there against Stephanie Vaquera, and Stephanie Vaquera is no friend of Asuka, so it is all gloves off here tonight. There is La Primera. There is the Empress of Tomorrow, and here we go. The semi-main event is underway, and Asuka with a shot to the knee, and Asuka looking for a snapmare. Oh, wait a minute. Stephanie Vaquera powers Asuka up and just hits a power slam there, stomping Asuka in the back. And now, wait a minute, face wash from Stephanie Vaquera off the ropes, and a leg drop from Stephanie Vaquera early on in this matchup, trying to take Asuka down any way she can, and just a shot to the back there from Stephanie Vaquera. Now Vaquera's got Asuka up, went for her forearm, but Asuka able to dodge, and Asuka with a roll-up cover, one, but only a count of one, as La Primera is able to kick out immediately. And now, wait a minute, walking the ropes as Asuka dizzying up Stephanie Vaquera, not knowing when Asuka was going to jump off for the drop kick, was able to catch her off guard with it. Now, wait a minute, foot stomp there, just right to the face. And now just wrenching at the arm of Stephanie Vaquera does the Empress of Tomorrow. Asuka's got to try to wear down Stephanie Vaquera in this matchup. Stephanie Vaquera has not been pinned or submitted in HCPW just yet. And oh, wait a minute, went for a shot. No, Stephanie Vaquera is able to move out the way. At least I believe Stephanie Vaquera has not been pinned or submitted. I could be wrong. Memory serves me correctly. I don't believe she was pinned in that triple threat match in the HCPW World's Heavyweight Championship tournament, but I could be wrong. If I am wrong, my apologies. Stephanie Vaquera is then not undefeated in pinfall and submission, but that just serves better to Asuka if you really think about it that way. Asuka knows that Stephanie Vaquera is beatable. Asuka just got to get to that point of beating Stephanie Vaquera, but nice headlock there from Stephanie Vaquera off the ropes. Does Stephanie go from Asuka? I lost my train of thought there. I was watching these two women work, and I just lost my train of thought. I can't lie. I was waiting for the move to hit, but Stephanie and Asuka just kept avoiding each other. Now another collar and elbow tie-up from Asuka and Stephanie Vaquera, and Asuka just overpowering Stephanie there, slamming her down to the mat, and another collar and elbow. These two women jockeying for position. Stephanie Vaquera is able to take the back of Asuka. Got the back of Asuka here. What is Stephanie going to do? Stephanie just trying to get the air out of the sails of Asuka. trying to drive the air out of the lungs to Stephanie. Now Stephanie with a roll up. Roll up on Asuka, cover 1, but only a count of 1. Both women only able to get a 1 count off of their roll-ups this early into the matchup. Stephanie into the corner. Stephanie calling Asuka up. I don't know how smart this is this early into the matchup. Asuka's up. Stephanie Vaquero was telling Asuka to hit her with her best shot, and Asuka has. And Asuka firing off with some heavy artillery and a shot to the back. Revenge from earlier. As remember, Stephanie Vaquero did hit Asuka in the back with a kick very similar to that. Asuka now elbows to the midsection of Stephanie Vaquero. Asuka turns around, runs around, merry-go-round style, and just a clothesline to the back of the head. And now it's Asuka talking trash to Stephanie Vaquero, grabbing Stephanie, collar and elbow, whips her off the rope. Asuka now hits that spinning heel kick that she was trying to hit earlier. But Stephanie Vaquero shot to the head of Asuka. Went for a lockup. No, Asuka was able to dodge. Asuka now combination of strikes and just a judo throw into the arm bar. Goes Asuka, but a rope break there. The official seeing the foot underneath the bottom rope, and Stephanie Vaquero escapes to the outside. Stephanie on the apron. Huge shot to Asuka. Wait a minute. Stephanie off the ropes. Went for that crossbody, but Asuka's able to move out the way. Asuka with a stomp to, I think, the head. The Stephanie Vaquero now cover. Not even hooking the leg, but only a count of 1. I think if Asuka hooked the leg, she could have gotten a better count there. Wait a minute. Stephanie Vaquero, small package. Small package on Asuka, but not even a 1 count as Asuka powers out. But Stephanie Vaquero in control now. Grabbing the hair of Asuka. Wait a minute. Lifts her off the mat and slams her back down to the mat. And Stephanie Vaquero stomping Asuka over. What is Stephanie looking for here? A Fujiwara armbar, but again, the rope break here. These 2 women too close to the ropes for any of their submissions to really do much damage, much impact. For the referee calls for the rope break that time. Gets the rope step into the springboard crossbody to Stephanie Vaquero, now stomping Asuka over again. Thought she was going for the Fujiwara armbar again. Would have been away from the ropes to lock it in, but instead went for the elbow drop just in case Asuka was able to get to the ropes in time before that Fujiwara armbar will be locked in. And now wait a minute, on the apron, these 2. Huge elbow from Asuka. Asuka went for a strike, but Stephanie Vaquero was too far away. I'm thinking of the Women's World Championship matchup between Asuka and Kairi Sane already. Empress attack from Asuka to Stephanie Vaquero. I'm already thinking of that Women's World Championship matchup we could get between Asuka and Kairi Sane. My apologies there, as Asuka's got the Asuka lock locked in, that modified Asuka lock, targeting the arms of Stephanie Vaquero, and it's locked in. But Asuka, I don't think she can get the grip there. I don't think she can bend back. Stephanie Vaquero refusing to go back, and Stephanie Vaquero breaks out. Huge elbow to the face of the Empress of Tomorrow. And now Stephanie in control. Oh my gosh, float over DDT. Modified float over DDT there from Stephanie Vaquero, who sits Asuka up, and now just a shoot kick to the chest. Shotgun style kick there. Shades of Bryan Danielson from Stephanie Vaquero. Now wait a minute. Rope step. No. Thought we're going to see that rope step into the crossbody again, but Asuka had it scouted that time. And Asuka, wait a minute. Beautiful German suplex from the Empress of Tomorrow. Cover 1. Cover 2. Cover, no. Only accounted 2. Bridge into that cover, but Stephanie Vaquero able to kick out. Asuka calling Stephanie up, telling Stephanie to hit her with her best shot, but Stephanie's a bit stunned after that German suplex. And wait a minute, Asuka off the ropes again. Drop kick connecting again to the side of the head of Stephanie Vaquero. And the Empress of Tomorrow is on a roll, moving Stephanie out of the way and calling her up in the corner again, talking all this trash. Is the Empress of Tomorrow the #1 contender to the Women's World Championship? Wait a minute, may have gone too cocky. Eat defeat there from Stephanie Vaquero, and Stephanie dragging Asuka to her feet. And Stephanie Vaquero, wait a minute, what is Stephanie thinking here? Oh my gosh, what a body slam there from Stephanie Vaquero. Wait a minute, Stephanie Vaquero trips up Asuka, got her in the STF, but no, immediately Asuka's able to fight free. Elbows to the face of La Primera, Stephanie Vaquero. Asuka now, collar and elbow, has Stephanie up. Stephanie able to move out the back. Stephanie Vaquero, wait a minute, went for a snapmare, it seemed. Wait a minute, Stephanie Vaquero, that package, powerbomb-like position into the backbreaker, the SBV, but it doesn't get Stephanie Vaquero the victory, as Asuka's able to kick out at 2. Women's wrestling chant from the HCPW faithful here in Philly. As wait a minute, La Primera could be looking for that devil's kiss. It looked like she was looking for it, but Asuka's able to get out, able to fight free from it. And now Asuka with a German suplex to Stephanie Vaquer, dropping Stephanie on the back of her head. And now a stomp to the arm of Stephanie Vaquer. Now Asuka, wait a minute, grabbing the other arm. Grabbing the other arm, excuse me. I thought it was the same arm, and it's not the same arm. Grabbing the other arm, just stomping at the hands of Stephanie Vaquer, trying to weaken the grip of Stephanie so she can't hit another SBV. That package backbreaker, but what a beautiful spinning heel kick there from Asuka. May have taken Stephanie Vaquer's goddamn head off, but only a count of 2. Stephanie Vaquer powers out, and Asuka can't believe it. Asuka's got to stay calm, though. Asuka has to stay calm. Asuka can't let any of this get to her. Asuka looking for it again, looking for another modified Asuka walk, but Stephanie's able to trip her up, get her down to the mat. Wait a minute, Stephanie Vaquer to the top. Stephanie looking for that corkscrew moonsault. No! Asuka's able to move out the way. Asuka's able to move out the way, and a neck breaker from the Empress of Tomorrow. Asuka was able to move out the way off that corkscrew moonsault, and Asuka may have Stephanie Vaquer right where she wants her to be. Asuka calling Stephanie up, just talking mad trash. Slap to the face of La Primera, now off the ropes. Asuka went for that German suplex again, but Stephanie Vaquer able to get a lariat off. And Stephanie Vaquer's back in this fight. Stephanie Vaquer back in this thing, went for a super kick, no. Asuka, wait a minute. Asuka, wait a minute, has it in. Has it in, the Asuka lock is in. The Asuka lock is in. The crossface chicken wing is in. And Stephanie Vaquer may have no choice but no. Asuka didn't have the arm locked. Asuka lost her grip on the arm and had to let go. Wait a minute, could have been looking for that modified Asuka lock. Their modified Rings of Saturn variation, but could not get it. Stephanie Vaquer able to throw Asuka away. But away Asuka now. Shot to the midsection again. The Empress of Tomorrow. Shining Wizard from Asuka. Asuka calling Stephanie back up to her feet again. Asuka trying to stay on. Well, in firm control, I should say, is the Empress of Tomorrow. Wait a minute, over the top rope. Oh, Stephanie Vaquer hangs on. Shot to the face from Asuka. And a stunner off the top. Stephanie hits the floor hard. What is Asuka thinking about here? Asuka calling Stephanie Vaquer up again. Asuka proving to the world why she's the #1 contender for the women's world title. Oh, I thought we were going to see a dive, but Stephanie Vaquer blocking the slap and a chop to the chest. Now Stephanie Vaquer, wait a minute, headlock takeover. Headlock takeover, wrenching at the neck of Asuka on the arena floor. Asuka having to just reverse that, and La Primera with a leg drop on the floor there. Asuka's down. Stephanie Vaquer calling Asuka up now. The official on a count of 3. Stephanie Vaquer off the rope. Stephanie Vaquer, suicide dive, no. Asuka's able to get out of the way. And Asuka, wait a minute, what's Asuka thinking about here? Asuka not thinking about anything, looking to just break the count. Count of 2. Asuka waiting for Stephanie Vaquer to get back in the ring. Count of 3. Asuka collar and elbow, sends Stephanie into the corner. Asuka went for the drop kick, but no, missed entirely. A huge shot from Stephanie Vaquer. Went for the super kick, no. Went for the super kick, but missed. Asuka's got Stephanie. Asuka's got Stephanie against the ropes. Oh, wait a minute. What's Asuka thinking about here? Asuka missing whatever she was going for. Slap to the back of the head of Stephanie Vaquer. Huge elbow in to that super kick from La Primera. And I think Stephanie Vaquer may have this in the bag. A defeat from Stephanie Vaquer. Is Stephanie Vaquer about to pin the #1 contender to the Women's World Championship? Has her hooked up again. SBV in the middle of the ring. No rope break to save Asuka. Cover 1, cover 2, cover 3. And Stephanie Vaquer has just pinned the #1 contender to the Women's World Championship. Stephanie Vaquer has pinned the Empress of Tomorrow. What a victory for La Primera. What does this mean for the match for the Women's World Championship at the pay-per-view event? I don't know what this means. Asuka's the #1 contender, but Asuka just got pinned by Stephanie Vaquer in the middle of the ring. Stephanie Vaquer may have a date with Kairi Sane or Elle Danger for the Women's World Championship. Folks, just before the break, we heard the Monster Abyss accept Aleister Black's challenge. It will be a tag team matchup in a few weeks' time. The Kings of the Black Throne will take on Abyss and a partner of the Monsters choosing, where if Aleister Black and Brody King win, Abyss will be forced to join their vision. But folks, switching gears, it is time for the main event of the evening. And making her way to the ring first for the Women's World Championship matchup, the challenger for the night, Philly's own Elle Danger is in the house, and this crowd here tonight will want nothing more than for Elle Danger to win the Women's World Championship here tonight. Elle Danger has the chance of a lifetime for her, really. The Women's World Championship is on the line here tonight. We saw CM Punk last week in Chicago come up short against the Ring General, and this audience tonight in Philly want nothing more than to have that over the crowd in Chicago from just last week. Their hometown hero winning the World Championship in the main event. Elle Danger looks ready tonight. Elle Danger looks like a woman possessed. I have not seen her this focus in an HCPW ring, because tonight she has the chance of her career in HCPW. She not only is taking on the Pirate Princess Kairi Sane, but if I assume what's in that treasure chest is what's in there, that treasure is on the line tonight. The Women's World Championship, the first defense of the Women's World Championship for that young woman, Kairi Sane, right there. And there it is, the Women's World Championship of Honor Championship Pro Wrestling. Kairi Sane, as I said, this is her first defense of the title since winning the World Heavyweight Championship back at She'll Be Fine on her own on December the 20th, defeating Adam Cole in that World Heavyweight Championship tournament. The World Heavyweight title, of course, became the Women's World Championship at the start of HCPW's 2026 with Daydreamer's announcement. The Global Championship would, of course, become the Men's World Championship held by the Ring General Walter. But Kairi Sane tonight, she doesn't want her world title reign to end pretty much as quickly as it started. Kairi Sane has really not held that championship all that much here in HCPW, at least on HCPW television, as we did take a few months off to recoup for the new year. Kairi Sane, though, she is ready to defend her Women's World Championship, issuing the challenge to Elle Danger herself for this matchup tonight. A little fun fact for you, this was Kairi Sane's wish. Kairi Sane wanted to defend the Women's World Championship here tonight against Elle Danger in Elle Danger's hometown, and the hometown girl has the chance to shock the world. Imagine the upset it would be if Elle Danger is to just come into this matchup tonight and take the Women's World Championship from Asuka and disrupt the entire Women's World Championship matchup as we know it. Stephanie Vaquer has already pretty much done that, if you think about it. Stephanie Vaquer has pinned the number one contender to the Women's World Championship, that of course being the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. And Asuka looking to face whoever wins this matchup. You got to think Stephanie Vaquer is also watching on a monitor backstage. The referee raising up the Women's World Championship. It is on the line here tonight. Elle Danger, there you see her warming up in the corner. There you see the Pirate Princess, Kairi Sane, the champion, the challenger. Here we go. The bell has sounded. We are underway, and Elle immediately with a kick to the chest, and Elle Danger off the ropes, handspring into a Pele kick to the Pirate Princess, and Elle Danger. Wait a minute, Elle Danger, Kamagoye knee strike immediately out the gate. Kairi Sane. Oh, Elle missed that strike. Elle missed that punch, and Kairi making her pay for it, grabbing a handful of hair. And a bottom rope springboard moonsault there from Kairi Sane, the Women's World Champion, taking it to Elle Danger quickly. And oh, wait a minute. Kairi Sane has found a target. That knee brace knee. And Kairi Sane beating the crap out of Elle Danger's knee. And I was stomped to the ankle of the leg with the braced up knee. You got to think that that's going to be a target tonight for Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane would be stupid not to target it. Kick to the leg. And now a dragon screw. And just that knee already got to be feeling the effects of the early onslaught. There is Elle Danger able to kick Kairi Sane off. Oh, went for something but got caught in the midsection. Maybe took too much time trying to get feeling back in that knee, and over the top rope goes Elle Danger down to the floor. Now Kairi Sane, excuse me. I'm thinking about Asuka and Stephanie Vaquero. I was thinking about Asuka versus Kairi Sane in the other matchup. A foot DDT there, and that knee, you gotta think that knee of Elle Danger's gotta be on fire right now. Kairi Sane breaking the count. I meant to say as Kairi Sane's breaking the count, but a beautiful, what a big kick there from Elle Danger. My reaction was way off for that one. My apologies there. I'm trying to find my wording. So much has happened on this episode of Hang the DJ. So many upsets have happened tonight. We saw Zeta Steel just pin. We saw Zeta Steel pin Dakota Kai. Oh no, missing that moonsault did Elle Danger, but she's able to recover. She's able to recover. That knee may have caused her to overshoot the moonsault. She put too much power behind it, maybe thought that knee was not as good as it was. And oh, Kairi Sane able did that beautiful just jumping crossbody now cover, hooking the leg, but only a count of 1. We saw Zeta Steel defeat Dakota Kai earlier tonight. In the very first matchup of the evening, we saw the Rascals shock the world and beat Dishonor in literally a minute and a half. We saw Stephanie Vaquero defeat the Empress of Tomorrow, the #1 contender to the Women's World Championship just before this. We saw Dubs Frost win the 3-way dance earlier tonight to get a shot at Roman Reigns' Heritage Championship. Elle Danger, as much as people don't want to say, excuse me, might have the advantage here tonight. Jumping super kick from Elle into the cover, hooking the leg. Does Elle Danger cover 1? Cover no, only a count of 1, but Elle Danger, almost every matchup tonight has resulted in some form of shocking victory. And oh wait, Kairi Sane going for the knee, but Ellie's able to block. And now huge strikes from Elle Danger. Elle Danger, shots to the chest, shots to the legs, shots to the face. Ellie able to dodge, and Elle Danger, oh no. Kairi Sane just tripping up Ellie. And now wait a minute, huge neck breaker from Kairi Sane to Elle Danger. As I was saying, the night has been full of upsets. Elle Danger might have the advantage on her side. Springboard Hurricanrana there from Kairi Sane, but Kairi Sane does not want to drop the HCPW Women's World Championship that quickly. Oh my God, just slamming the face of Elle Danger into the mat does Kairi. And now Kairi grabbing that ponytail, grabbing the back of the head, or the back of the hair, I should say, of Elle. All went for something, but Elle was able to reverse. Elle now went for something, but Kairi's able to reverse. And now Kairi Sane sends Elle Danger into the corner. Huge shot to the midsection. And oh, another shot to the midsection. Now, wait a minute. Throwing her out the corner and letting her fall on her back. Kairi Sane is taking every advantage she can, and I don't blame her. I don't blame the Women's World Champion. Drop kick, beautifully done. Sends Elle off the ropes, off the apron, and down to the floor. This Philly crowd tonight, I think they end up being fine with either woman winning this matchup, but that hometown girl, Elle Danger, they want her to win so bad. Shot to the chest there from Kairi Sane, and now Kairi Sane, wait a minute, grabbing her by the hair again, and just slamming her down to the arena floor. And Kairi Sane now choking the life out of Elle Danger on the floor. Kairi Sane seems to be a bit perplexed here tonight. You gotta think that the upsets of the night have worried Kairi Sane just a little bit. Inceptor on the floor. The Inceptor on the floor. Never mind. I think Kairi Sane may have this in the bag. Went to throw Elle into the steps, but missed. Oh, wait a minute. Back suplex onto the floor in the back of Ellie's head. Just hit the arena floor hard. Count of 7 on the outside. Sends Ellie back in the ring. Does Kairi Sane. And now Kairi Sane, wait a minute. Tope Atomico, but misses. Elle Danger is just a bit too far away for the Pirate Princess, but able to recover. Ellie was hit with so much offense on the outside, and now going for the opposite leg. Elle Danger, you think if you think that the knee brace knee should be the focal point, if you take out the other leg, Ellie's entire body weight has to rest on that injured knee with the knee brace. But wait a minute, Elle Danger powerbomb. Elle Danger, best moonsault ever. No, went for the best moonsault ever, but Kairi Sane was able to move out the way. And oh no, oh my God. That knee again, the knee being a focal point of the matchup for Kairi Sane, and a knee to the side of the head from Kairi. Now Kairi Sane to the middle rope, calling Elle Danger up to her feet. I thought we were going to see an insane elbow, but no, we're going to see a double axe handle off the top from Kairi. Now Kairi Sane in the corner trying to fire up this Philly crowd. Elle Danger trying to will herself back, but that knee's taking a lot of damage. Kairi Sane, oh, wait a minute. Went for a wheelbarrow type maneuver, but missed. but went for the elbows on the ground, but Kairi Sane was able to reverse, and now Kairi Sane into the cover, hooking the leg. Cover 1, cover 2, cover no, only a count of 2. Kairi Sane, can't believe that the match is not over. Yeah, Kairi Sane can be thinking about the insane elbow, but stomps Elle over. Wait a minute, the anchor lock. The anchor is in. And Kairi's wrenching that thing back. The knees of Elle Danger, but I think Kairi may have been losing her grip. You gotta think the knee of Elle Danger bent unnaturally there. And then just all the pressure on her lower back. And wait a minute, grabbing her by the ponytail again, but Ellie's able to reverse. Ellie's able to get the elbows into the midsection. Ellie now sends Kairi off the ropes. Beautiful jumping super kick from Ellie. Cover again, hooking the leg. 1, hooking the leg. No, only a count of 1. Elle Danger runs at Asuka with a lariat. Not Asuka, runs at Kairi Sane with a lariat. I keep thinking of the Kabuki Warriors as one unit because that is what they portrayed themselves as in HCPW. I would like to apologize. I'm also still thinking about how Stephanie Becker pinned Asuka in the middle of the ring just moments ago in the last matchup. So you got to think both women are watching this matchup with intent. Asuka, of course, the number 1 contender to the Women's World Championship. And oh, Kairi Sane just dropped toe hold there to Elle Danger. Asuka has the chance of a lifetime coming up after this matchup. Whoever wins this has a date with the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, which is why she is on my mind so much. The Empress of Tomorrow is directly related to this matchup here, but so is La Primera Stephanie Becker. But moving back into this matchup, Kairi Sane calling Ellie up. Oh, wheelbarrow into the stunner. That time it connects. And it's been all Kairi Sane since the opening bell, really. And Kairi Sane, wait a minute. Kairi Sane taunting, pointing at her elbow. It could be insane elbow time for Elle Danger. My God, what a corner elbow there from Kairi Sane. Wait a minute, to the middle rope. Oh, wait a minute. Body splash there from Kairi Sane. And now Kairi Sane, wait a minute, into the cover, hooking the leg. Cover 1, cover 2, cover no, only a count of 2. Elle Danger able to get the shoulder up. Kairi Sane a bit perplexed at that. I don't think Kairi Sane was expecting Elle to kick out this late into the matchup. Huge shot from Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane telling Elle to hit her with her best shot. Kairi, oh wait a minute, Kairi with a lariat there. Elle Danger got a bit too overzealous. Went for, oh my God, what a forearm to the chest. Now a chop, and another chop, and now a shot, and a shot. And oh, wait a minute, Kairi Sane, Alabama slam. My God, and now going right back for the knee of Elle Danger, just beating away at the knee of Elle Danger. And now Kairi Sane dragging Ellie up, chop to the chest, forearm, and oh, just a chop to the chest, open palm. And now Kairi Sane is toying with Elle Danger here. Taunting away is Kairi Sane. And I don't know if I would do that if I were in the ring with someone like Elle Danger. But to each their own. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, Elle Danger. Ellie's able to get out of the way there. But, Kairi Sane immediately with a kick. I meant to say as Kairi immediately with a kick there. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, wait a minute. Ellie with a knee to the midsection. What's Elle Danger thinking about here? Huge shot to the face of Kairi. Kairi Sane. Wait a minute. Ellie rolls through. Jumps up to the top. Wait a minute as Kairi superplex into a twisting brain buster. And Elle Danger's not done. Best moonsault ever to the back of Kairi. This is awesome chance. Cover 1, cover 2. No, only a count of 2. Elle Danger nearly took the Women's World Championship from Kairi Sane and nearly had a date with the Empress of Tomorrow. Went for the boot, but no. Kairi Sane able to get the ropes, able to hold on to the ropes and send Elle Danger over the top. And oh, wait a minute. What is Kairi thinking about here? Off the ropes again. Rope step, tope con hilo. And Kairi Sane might be back in firm control. Went to stomp Ellie over, but no. Ellie's back in this, into the steps. No, Kairi Sane able to stop herself in a backstabber there. From Elle Danger to Kairi Sane. Now stomping her over. Tornado Enziguri, no. Kairi Sane move out the way. Kairi Sane, no, wait a minute. Shot to the midsection from Elle Danger. Ellie's got Kairi and just got first into the steps goes Kairi. The women's world champion might be on the ropes here. The women's world champion might be on the ropes here, which is something I didn't think I'd be saying in this matchup, as Elle Danger's got Kairi back in the ring, calling Sane up to her feet. Springboard 450 lariat from Elle Danger to Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane may be on the ropes here. Ellie may have it. Ellie, wait a minute. What is this? Shades of Kairi's opponent in the World Title Tournament, Adam Cole. Panama Sunrise into the cover for Ellie 1, but only a count of 1 as Kairi's able to power out. Ellie can't believe it. How is Kairi Sane still kicking out at 1 this late into the matchup? Huge shot from Ellie. Ellie's got Kairi up. Wait a minute. Oh, into a face buster there. That TKO with the knee and a standing senton there. Running senton. Cover 1. Cover no. Only a count of 1 still. Elle Danger can't believe that kick out. Still at 1, but Ellie's up to the top. What's Elle thinking about here? 630. No! Went for the 630, but Kairi Sane was able to move out the way, and Kairi with a huge shot to the face of Elle Danger. Now Kairi, wait a minute, has Ellie by the back of the neck. That time, and face first off the top turnbuckle. And now Kairi Sane, wait a minute. Kairi Sane went for something, but Elle Danger was able to slip out the back. And Ellie with a whip into the buckles. Ellie, oh no. Kairi's able to catch Ellie with a huge drop kick in the corner, but Ellie's able to dodge that. Wait a minute, Elle Danger, what is this? Tiger bomb stacking. Kairi Sane up, cover 1. But still, just a kick out at 1. Elle Danger is beside herself. She can't believe it. Huge imploding, I believe, senton in the corner. And there's a running senton from Ellie. And Ellie looking for a combination. Shooting star press. No! Kairi's able to move out the way. And Kairi Sane with the Inceptor. And I think Kairi Sane may have this matchup won. Up to the top, Kairi Sane. And a Sane elbow connects to Philly's own, and Kairi Sane hooks the leg of Elle Danger. Cover 1, cover 2, and Kairi Sane has retained the Women's World Championship in a stellar matchup. Nothing to be ashamed of from Elle Danger, but Kairi Sane has once again wins with the insane elbow and has retained the Women's World Championship for the first time. And Kairi Sane will meet Asuka for that Women's World Championship at a later date. But folks, that's all the time we have. We'll catch you next week for Hey, the DJ.